So I would like to welcome Dr. Nawaf Abu-Khalaf from Palestinian Technical University, PTUK, as we call it. And today the talk is very interesting and is a different point of view. It has to do with agriculture and the precision of agricultural applications and climate change. So, Dr. Nawaf, the floor is yours.
Thanks a lot, Ardian. And it's a great pleasure for me to be with you today in this project, assuming responsibilities for climate change, ARWCC. And I'm so proud to be in this, to give this live webinar to all of you. And I would like to welcome all of you. First of all, I would like to give a small resume about me. My name is Nawaf Abu-Khalaf. I am an associate professor in Department of Agriculture Biotechnology in Faculty of Agriculture Sciences and Technology at Palestine Technical University. I have got my background from Jordan University of Science and Technology in Agriculture Engineering and Technology, and then got my master from Copenhagen University in agriculture engineering, and then I got my PhD in biotechnology from University of Southern Denmark, the University of Southern Denmark in Odense. Today, I will talk about. I will share my screen. Okay, I'll try to share. Okay, so today I will talk about precision agriculture application and the climate change. The presentation outline will be project themes, precision agriculture, what is it, the applications of it, what is the relation between precision agriculture and the climate change, and I will talk about our experience and some examples that we have in Palestine, and then I will go to conclusion. This project, we are 13 countries, as you know, or 13 partners from 12 countries. It's a great pleasure for me, as I said before, to be a part of this project that the United Kingdom, Albania, Azerbaijan, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Egypt, Georgia, Jordan, Kazakhstan, Kosovo, Nigeria, South Africa, Tunisia, and Palestine aid. So it's a great pleasure to be in this kind of a project and to achieve its goals. The vision of this the project, I will try to explain it for the audience, I mean for the visitor of our webinar later. In fact, the goal of it or the project will enable creation of a resource hub. It will deploy local initiative of climate change announceability and responsibility, and it would also contribute to the 26th United Nations Climate Change Conference that will be held in Glasgow, Scotland this year. Project activities, it has 5 activities. The first one is micro-learning. The second one is webinars. The third one is accountability and responsibility for competition. The fourth is virtual event. And the fifth will be creating a repository for each partner about this project. In fact, this activity is related to webinar. So the aim of it is to give a training and to give information about the project and the linkage with other technologies. What is the relation between agriculture and the climate change? In fact, agriculture is among the largest contribution to climate change. It accounts about 1/4 of the human generation greenhouse gas, and it is the second after the energy sector. So it produces the greenhouse gases. Farmers are among the most people who are affected by climate change and climate shifts, and the climate change, in fact, may reduce the global agricultural reproduction about 17% by 2050. So we are talking about food security. The food security, the world food security is in danger according to economic and formal estimates. And if there's a problem for food security in the world, if we continue in this way without taking awareness and without taking action against the climate change. The World Economic Forum estimates that 15 to 25 of the farmers adopted precision farming agriculture. So if they adapted, what will happen? It will, in fact, global yield could be increased by 10 to 15% by 2030. Greenhouse emission can be reduced by 10%. And most important, one of the issues is water use also could be reduced by 1/5, which means 20% can be water use can be reduced. So there is a very good relation between climate change and agriculture, water sector, greenhouses, and pollution, as we will see now. What is precision agriculture? Precision agriculture is the management of spatial and temporal variability of the field. So we have variability. We have it's normal that it's like humans. We have variability. So there's variability in the field, and we need to manage this variability by making variable rates for each part of the field. So this management concept incorporate a range of management. For example, information and communication technology is needed to assess and to treat the variability in the field. I will go back to the history. Whenever, I mean, usually our grandfather, when they want to seed, they give some part more than the others in the field, which means that there is a variability, and this is important to make it. Of course, in small scales, it's a bit different from large scale. So this is a precision agriculture in summary, and you can see here a picture which explains the concept of it. So we have information communication technologies, we have sensors, we have computers, we have maps, and others, as we will see now. So precision agriculture, or precision farming, it can be called. Precision agriculture is the heart of it is to adjust farming practices to match variation of the soil and the topography, relief at much smaller increments within the field. As I said, we don't add fertilizer at the same rate for all of the field or seeds and other. This is the point. So we adjust the application according to the need and to the variation in topography, soil, and others. The new trend of the precision agriculture is called site-specific or variable rate application, VRE. So this is the key of precision agriculture, variable rate application, and it is made just by merging the several unrelated technology together. So we need technology to do that. Precision agriculture involves, among others, the personal computer, satellite positioning system, GPS, geographical information system, GIS, automated machine guidance, in-field and remote sensing, and also communication. So all of these parts play together to adapt or to achieve the goals of precision agriculture. What are the applications of precision agriculture? I adopted this figure from a publication that was issued in 2021, and it summarized the applications of precision agriculture. What can we do with the precision agriculture? We can make field monitoring, water spray, germination, disease detection, smart data, crop yield analysis, and sprays. So this is just to give us an idea what we can do with this technology. Okay. If we look to this picture, I like this picture because it gives us also an idea about what is involved in precision farming or precision agriculture. You can see that we are dealing with different layers of the land. We are dealing with satellites, with the crop scouting, with the new technology. We are doing with variable rate seeding, variable rate um, uh, application of fertilizer. We are doing also a grid sampling and other. So this picture tries to summarize the idea of precision farming and how much technologies are involved in it to achieve the goal of precision farming. The precision farming also has a lot of benefit, more than others about the water that we talked about and food security. What can it do? It can reduce fertilizer cost. It can reduce chemical application costs. So we are talking about economics also. Related to climate change, it can reduce pollution through poor use of chemicals, or poor use here mean proper uses, and also it can improve yield, crop yields, which means that the food security can increase. It can provide better information for management decision, and it can also provide better farm recording, essential for sale and successions. So, which means that the traceability can be followed in for the crop using precision farming. I want just to show some pictures about precision farming application. Here I'm showing the spray. Okay, there's some techniques. The drone can make the spraying, and here I'm showing that there is variability in the field and variability for the field how to spray. So the spraying is not the same all over the field. There is variability of it, and here you can see, for example, in spraying or also in seeding. Also, one of the most important things is to make mapping. For example, we can make soil mapping or yield mapping. Yield mapping and soil mapping, it's a great asset of precision agriculture. We can know which part of the soil is poor, which one is rich, for example, in some nutrition. And also in yield mapping, we can know, or we can get a very nice picture about the yield in different parts of the field, so we can follow them and we can increase the production. So it has a great potential to give us an idea that we can tackle in the problem in some point. What about us in Palestine? What about precision agriculture in Palestine and what we have it right here? In fact, agriculture in Palestine is strongly affected by the lack of valuable resources that is limiting the crop yield. And also we have a problem about water. So we have a scarcity of water, which is a big problem. So we are trying to adapt to new technologies in precision farming that can increase the production with less water, and precision farming can achieve that. Of course, low amount of available fertilizer also needs us or promote us to use precision agriculture, because we want to use less, we don't have a lot of fertilizer, and also we want to use the essential part or the best amount for the field, so we can guarantee the good yield. And also it can be beneficial for agricultural practice, and that can be followed by the farmers. So it's a good thing to improve the practice of our farmers in Palestine. I would like to present one example about the precision agriculture project that we did. In fact, I was honored to participate in a project called Mobility Project for Establishment of Joint Research Partnership for Introducing Precision Farming to the Palestinian Territories. And the aim of it was to bring together scientists from two countries, Palestine and Germany, in order to make bilateral cooperation in the area of precision agriculture. So I was honored to participate in this project. And the project, we have done it with University of Hohenheim in Germany, with Professor Hans Werner, with Dr. Dimitris Paraforos, and with Dr. Kazukos. Both two of them is from University of Hohenheim, and Dr. Kazakos is from a company called Easy Information System. And from our side, Palestinian Technical University, I was myself, and also an engineer called Muhammad Jawabri, who is working as the management of the farmer in our university. So we have gone through this project, and what are the techniques that we have learned from this project? I will try to present some techniques from this project that help us to go further in or to build the principles in precision agriculture. For example, we could build a three-dimensional reconstruction of a plant by using the kinetic depth information. So here we have a camera, and we try to build the we try to take picture from several sides, and then we can build a three-dimensional construction that help us for further development for trees, for orchard, and this is a very advanced technology. Moreover, we have used it for normalized difference vegetation index. So we have a special camera that can get the NDVI index, which can give us information about the green difference in the field. So here to your right, you can see a picture how we build this variation in NDVI, and NDVI index is a good indication for the green, and it can give us how to increase, how to implement all the inputs in the field later. So, but this is just a technique. Moreover, we have made yield map information. Here you can see how we build a new yield map for a field in our university. And of course, this gives us, or this shows us how much the variation in the field, how much the variation in the yield, and it gives us information and in fact, an available information that can help us in improving the yield, the inputs, and also to guarantee more. At last, we need to guarantee more yield, of course, and less inputs, and this help us for that. About publications, we have published an article in European Journal of Horticulture Science called Application for Precision Agriculture in Horticulture Crops, and it was a common work between Germany, Greece, and Palestine, and I was honored to participate in it. So in which we put our experience and we put our knowledge together with other partners, trying to explain about the techniques. One of the most important things in precision agriculture is non-destructive compact sensors for field use and data precaution. In fact, this is also, I have adapted it from a publication in 2021, in which explain about the instrument that we can use for non-destructive analysis. For example, we can detect diseases in some or problems in some crops using non-destructive techniques. And this is just to show the idea. For example, we can, if we have chlorophyll content less, we can determine harvesting time, cold stress, quality, and so on. And in this field, we have also worked a lot. For example, myself and my master student, we have published in 2001, we have published an article in Journal of Microbiology, Biotechnology, and Food Science, in which we discuss the use of visible near-infrared spectroscopy technique to detect gray mold disease in the early stages of tomato fruit, which means that we can, using light and devices, sensors, optical sensors, we can detect a gray mold, which is a disease in tomato, non-destructively. So without opening it or other, and then we can apply this in, for example, grading system and other, and this paper has already published in this Scopus and Web of Science journal. Moreover, about sensors and the precision agriculture, we are working with sensor for non-destructive quality measurement. We have also published a paper in cooperation with Spain and United States of America, in which we discussed another disease called lethal bronzing disease in the cabbage palms that is in the United States, and we used an electrical mode So we have used this chemical sensor to detect this disease. And so this is non-destructive disease. All of these can help in precision farming and uh, using these techniques to help precision farming decisions and also to detect um, disease and to reduce any losses in it. Our conclusion, what is our conclusion? Our conclusion is that agriculture can affect the climate change. Climate may reduce global food security, and this is a big issue that we need to be aware of that. So precision farming can help in food security for the world. Moreover, precision agriculture can contribute in reducing the climate change, which is the main goal of this project. How it can contribute to that? It can contribute to that by increasing production, saving water resources, and decreasing gas emission that we are suffering from. In Palestine also, that we have adapted several applications of precision agriculture that can help us for going further in employing this for for farmers and for further use. Here are some references that you can read or go back to them. And if you need any assist in reaching them, I will be happy to provide you. And if you have any question, here is my email, and also our colleague Dr. Dirar also his email. And thank you very much for your listening and uh, uh, and uh, attendance. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Do you have any comments or something else that you would like to add?
In fact, I mean, for me, I mean, I don't have any comments, but I will welcome any question related to that. I hope that I gave, I mean, a general idea, uh, but uh, but my point is that precision agriculture and climate change are related, and that's why we come or we give this presentation. And I think that the techniques that I presented, or some of the techniques that I presented, will be very beneficiaries to achieve one of the goals of ARWC, for example, to make traceability and also developing the climate change. So that's my comment. But I mean, I will be happy to hear if there's any comment or any question. Thanks.
Yes, actually, I would like to have, I would like to make a question because you talked about techniques. So we know that changing weather introduces a number of issues for, especially for farm owners to address, and climate change adaptation strategies in agricultural objectives of primary importance. So um, you talked about techniques and practices. So what are the techniques and practices that should be adapted, and how Palestinian state actually has changed or planning to change its point of view and help on this huge issue that we have with climate change and with the increase of high temperatures, less water. And of course, we've seen that during summer, July, I mean, that in Central Europe now, they have some catastrophes, let's say, from the rain and all this kind of stuff. So how a Palestinian state is planning to change the point of view and help the farmers, and of course, give ideas to the rest of the world, of course, to change and adapt any techniques about this climate change and this huge issue that is coming from that.
Yes. In fact, as you know, or maybe I need to add, the Palestine Technical University, Kadoorie, is a governmental state university, and all our research is usually related to the problems related to society and agriculture. So we are trying to promote this by making extension sessions, by cooperation with extension research in Ministry of Agriculture, and also by making visits to agriculture. So cooperation, I mean, the state, of course, we are a university state, and we try to promote that for worldwide, we try to promote that by publication in a free journal. Locally, we try to cooperate with research center and Ministry of Agriculture to adapt these techniques to farmers step by step. Of course, we need budget, but the state is trying to support us as much as possible according to the funding available. So by cooperating by Ministry of Agriculture, Research Center, and NGOs, we are trying to promote this technique to farmers and to society step by step.
And just to continue the questions, how you as a university and agricultural department, you're planning to change
Yes.
the way that you're teaching your students regarding the techniques and point of view for this climate change?
Thanks a lot for this question. It's very, very important question that we are thinking, we have tackled. In fact, we are introducing two courses related to precision agriculture. We plan to introduce a precision agriculture course and biosensor course in our curriculum for the next 2 years to introduce these techniques to the students and also to the extension department. So we are introducing these techniques to our students in new courses and in new adapted courses with labs. As you saw, we have done some experiments and some trials. So we will try to use them for practical and theoretical information to our students in the university. So by adapting the new courses and the new practice for students. And also we have masters in agricultural biotechnology that, as I have mentioned, I have my student that has published in this journal about gray mold and using visible infrared spectroscopy. So we are now also introducing it to our master student, and at some point within 2 years we introduce new courses to our bachelor students about this technique. So by this way we can disseminate the techniques step by step with the university and of course to the graduate students.
Thank you so much. Is anybody else that would like to make a question? Because the topic is really interesting and it's another point of view in this series of webinars that we have today. So from any other university colleague that would like to make a question, Dr. Nawaf, you can stop sharing your screen if you want to.
Yes, okay, I will.
Thank you so much.
Is it?
Mahmoud Jazar would like to has raised a hand, so would like to ask a question.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nawaf, for this wonderful presentation on precision agriculture. I just want to ask about the cost and the readiness of the normal farmers for this type of agriculture. Is it very costly, and how would you think about farmers in the field? Would they accept this type of new type of agriculture, and probably the training on this type of agriculture? It seems like it's very costly and probably need lots of equipment and technologies and all that stuff. So how about the readiness, especially here in Palestine, probably in particular areas, and probably the benefits out of that, because they're looking for some sort of, let's say, profit, or probably this is another issue, from the other side, is despite the techniques and the methods and, the preparation, the teaching, there is also another side who the beneficiary and those people who are working in the field. And so this is my point of view, and how should we deal with that? So if you can please give some clues or thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Mahmoud, for your question. In fact, the economical problem is worldwide. And if you look to my screen, share screen, the slide that I'm sharing, can you see it, please?
Yes.
Yes. In fact, the problem of economic is worldwide. For example, in this paper, I just want to mention that the title of it is Detection of Lethal Browsing Disease in Cabbage Palms using a low-cost electronic tank. So I agree with you completely that the cost plays a big role, and that's why we are trying with our partners, universities and our other research to promote, for example, prototype or low-cost devices that can be used in this techniques. And of course, we don't have all the prototype, but we are trying to design it and also to cooperate with others. About the acceptance of the farmers, I think it's a matter of economics. So if they can see or if they are persuaded that these techniques can increase their yields and their profitability, so it can be adopted easily. And I think it's a task that we need to achieve with our partners in Ministry of Agriculture and Extension Center. So I completely agree with you. However, we are trying to provide prototypes or low-cost devices that can be adapted for applying precision agriculture in Palestine and also with other wars. But the cost is a big issue, I agree, and we try to tackle it by designing the prototypes. Was it, I mean,
Yeah, it's clear. But are there anything that have been tested on ground, for example, for this low price or low cost tools, let's say, that you talk about, or
yes,
still under?
yes, I will show one of the, I will try, I mean, I will allow myself to show my last paper. I mean, okay. So yes, I will show, I will allow me please to show my, okay. About your question, if we have tested any techniques about this low cost, yes, in
Yeah.
fact, we have tested it, for example, in for identifying and quantify olive oil quality, and this is a paper that I have just published using an electrical nose to achieve to see the or to get, this is the prototype that we have in at Palestine Technical University, and I have tested it for quality of olive oil. So yes, we have tested it on the ground also in Palestine, and it is now I think we are going in a very good way in this way.
It's very good news. Thank you very much.
You are most welcome, and thanks for the question.
So anybody else that would like to make a question?